My beloved ones, today is the second teaching that I desire to give you out of the series of teachings I'm planning to present to you. Today I'd like to talk about destiny, about man's destiny. What is destiny? People quite often speak about one's fate, and they, in a way, confuse destiny and fate. Quite often they consider that once man's life is very hard, he has a lot of suffering, a lot of losses, so he considers to be his fate, his destiny. But actually, destiny is not either created or generated by man himself by his actions. Destiny is a bestowal of Creator, the Paradise Trinity, I am. We cannot either choose one's destiny or model it or correct it. Creator bestows destiny upon the whole of the planet. The current creation hosts close to 7,000 billion inhabited planets inhabited by humans. 7 trillion planets with humans in the current creation, which is being currently expanded. So every planet is being bestowed by Creator its own destiny, which is meant for the whole of humanity on every particular planet. Therefore, it is not man himself who might choose or create his own destiny. While the way he is implementing his own destiny, as well as the planet's destiny, bestowed by Creator, depends upon one's choices, upon one's decisions, that in a way generate one's fate, the way he is leading his life in his ambience, in his everyday environment, the way he is filling up his own self, his own personality with either Creator's love vibrations, energy vibrations, which are also real, or he's trying to give way to his animal mind full of different vices like jealousy, anger, hatred, revenge, like striving to exploit others, to suppress others, to make one's career by just stepping over others at any cost. So this is the way we pave way to our fate. And actually, this is the manifestation of the law of cause, action, and consequence. The way we make our actions, we are projecting the consequences we're going to experience. And Creator has designed that each planet should implement its own destiny by, in a way, carrying out every single man's fate, the way we live our everyday life. So, in our case, we have a wonderful, a magnificent destiny bestowed by Creator to our planet. Our destiny is to get fused with Creator's fragment, which is called thought adjuster. And thought adjuster is not a personality, it's a pre-personality fragment, but it is real, it is living, it has divine mind of Creator Himself. But Creator has designed in His evolutionary plan that we as personalities have been bestowed our own personality by Creator Himself. And He has destined that our personality, while fusing with the mind of the thought adjuster, becomes one personality. The thought adjuster and our personality, just imagine a fragment of Creator Himself, of the source and center of the whole of creation, becomes one with each of us if we fuse with this fragment. So this fragment, a pre-personality fragment, receives our own personality to become personal as well, but not a separate person, but only once we are fused together. So in this case, the fragment becomes our only leader, teacher, this mysterious monitor within each of us, who is leading us to implement our destiny, to reach our true and the only parents, Creator Himself, the Paradise Trinity, I am, in paradise, in the very center of the whole of creation. So this is our destiny. And Creator has provided us with all the means possible that we would carry out this destiny bestowed by Him upon our planet. The problem with our planet is a huge darkness within humanity, because our planet hosts humanity dating back its initial stage 1 million years back. And during this span of time, the last 200,000 years have been lived by generations in complete darkness, just due to the revolt of Lucifer and Satan in our local system, which is called Satania. And our planet and over 600 other planets inhabited by humans belong to this local system. So the leader of the system, Lucifer, and his deputy, Satan, these are two real living personalities. They revolted against Creator. They were spirits of the status of local universes. They have never traveled to the very center of the whole of creation, to paradise. Therefore, they had to use their faith in Creator to believe what they're being told by the parents of the local universe. And the parents or co-creators of the local universe such spirits, such personalities that are named Creator Son and his partner, his spouse, Creator Daughter. So in our case, this is Jesus of Nazareth, and his partner, who is manifesting within her own local universe through the Holy Spirit, through the circuit of the Holy Spirit. The personality of the Creator Daughter must always be present in the very center of their local universe. And that center is called a huge planet, and this very planet is called Salvington. So the personality of Creator Daughter is manifesting herself within her local universe through the operation of its spirit, which is called the Holy Spirit. So the circuit of the Holy Spirit embraces all the space of the local universe, while her partner, Creator Son, is traveling even up to the very geographic center of the whole of creation, of the dwelling abode of Creator himself, Paradise. So Creator Son, once he is back from the conclaves of Paradise, he is sharing his impressions with those spiritual personalities who have been created by him and his partner, Creator Daughter. And these spiritual personalities have their own free will bestowed by Creator himself. And they might either believe what they are being told by their own, in a way, father and mother, because they are created by these two first personalities of their local universe. Or they might deny their words. And Lucifer, who has never been to paradise, started denying the words about the Father that he used to hear from Creator Son of our local universe. So if you raise your eyes at the sky, so this dome, this space, has 100,000 local universes, and only one of the local universes were created by our Creator Son and his partner, Creator Daughter. So these two parents, for different personalities of the local universe status, they should have their own faith when they're being told such things they have never yet experienced themselves. If they have never been to paradise, they have to believe these words which are being spoken by their parents, that this is truth, that what they are telling them, this is a true reality. So Lucifer and his deputy Satan lacked this faith. Therefore, they began just to deny every single assertion by their parents, by the Creator Son of their local universe. So what concerns one's faith, so even as mortals might surpass even spiritual personalities of a much, much higher status than our status when we're still in the material form, in the flesh. And the revolt by Satan and Lucifer, and which was joined by our former spiritual leader, Caligastia, made the implementation of the destiny bestowed by Creator upon our planet next to impossible, because spiritual light that has been achieved through the spiritualization, through enlightenment of humanity during the previous 300,000 years, have been completely lost within a span of 10,000 years. So just imagine the difference. 300,000 years of education by higher personalities, and all of a sudden all has been lost within such a short span of 10,000 years. So now what we see around us, like conflicts, wars in different parts of the planet, conflicts within families, in different places of different cities, like some riots on racial grounds or on some social issues, or even within an individual himself. The war between evil and goodness, between right and wrong. So this is the consequence of that revolt. We have developed a highly developed material civilization, but this civilization is missing spiritual foundation, which is Creator Himself. So material civilization should be based on Creator. Otherwise, it'll be like a mansion built up somewhere in a sand dune. There is no ground to keep the foundation in hard soil. Therefore, the mansion cannot last for long. And this civilization is being developed in a wrong direction. Therefore, instead of cooperation based on Creator's love, now is being reigned by competition, by a very heavy race at any cost, just to grab markets. No matter if the consequences are dire, if families lose jobs and the only source of income, there is no brotherhood. And this is not the evolution that has designed Creator for the whole of creation, and our planet has no exception. Therefore, it doesn't matter if we desire to build up our civilization without Creator Himself, first discovered within our personality. All the same, we'll have to arrive at the right point in the development of even material civilization, just to start building up an absolutely new civilization which would be based on Creator's foundation. And it is not enough that all the direction, all the development of the mankind should be following the leading of Creator Himself, the leading from within. And this is the fate of humanity, to implement the destiny bestowed by Creator Himself upon us as inhabitants of this planet. So destiny cannot be changed by your will, provided you lean upon the leading from within, being permanently given by Creator. But if you also revolt against this destiny by trying to deny the existence of Creator Himself, and if your choice is ultimate, that you do not want to think about the existence of any Creator, you do not want to think about the presence of the living path, evolution, then your such ultimate decision, I want to point out, to emphasize, it should be your ultimate decision that you shall never change it. Then your free will shall be satisfied by Creator Himself. And you shall, in a way, end your existence on this planet. You shall never be resurrected, just to continue your implementation of your destiny. That you would continue your journey to paradise, to your own home, to the home in paradise, and to your only parents, Creator, the Paradise Trinity I am. And there is one more condition, which is also important for you to know, and which you might be also either influencing or just helping Creator implement the destiny for the whole of humanity by your own personal life. So this condition is your full experience as a human being in the flesh on this initial planet to the implementation of your destiny. That is, if you are a little kid and all of a sudden you find yourself by some developments in a critical condition that you are either being killed in some accident, or if you fall ill by some fatal, the so-called by humans, fatal disease, and your material life is ended so abruptly on this planet, you cannot experience this life anymore, just like growing up as a teenager, as a young person, and then as a grown-up, you cannot have your own family and raise your own children, and then experience old age and passing away from this life and the planet. So in this case, it would be a full experience that a mortal being might accumulate on this initial planet to the implementation of his or her destiny. So in this case, such a personality is also changing his or her destiny. Because those who fully accumulate experience on the initial planet as material mortal beings in the flesh, their destiny is to reach paradise and become full-fledged members of the finite and perfected mortal core. And those who do not accumulate their full experience on the initial planet, they cannot become full-fledged members of this core. They would be missing this very important experience on the initial planet, just the experience of growing from childhood to a full-fledged mortal's age, and then a full-fledged living life. So in this case, they would be like assistants to full members of this core. In creation, there is no, in a way, looking down upon others. Every function is necessary, and every function is being cherished and respected. Therefore, even a different status does not imply that once you did not achieve your destiny in full, that you should be considered as worse, as second-hand, second-rated personality. Nothing of the kind. Love is radiating in the same degree or to the same degree for all, irrespective of the post, of the position of this or that personality. So in this case, once we achieve the core of finite mortal personalities, we are qualified for certain missions, for certain operation in creation. For those who have not acquired a certain experience. So of course their qualification has to be different. No worse than the qualification of others. It will be only just different, and that's all. Therefore, we should look upon each of us as our brethren, and to look upon them with Creator's love. And whatever they might be doing on this planet as their initial planet to the implementation of their destiny, that we would respect him. But if the deeds performed by our brethren do not correspond with the will of Creator, like, say, committing crimes, like doing evil to others, even within families or on the street or somewhere, like at school. So these deeds must not be supported, must not be followed. But even in this case, we must love those who perform them, because Creator's love is unconditional. That is why we have to separate the actor of a certain deed and the deed itself. So deeds might be categorized, some of them corresponding to the will of Creator should be cherished and respected, while those who perform them should always be loved unconditionally. And that will make the implementation of our destiny much easier on the scale of the whole of humanity, because this would change our attitude to our brethren, and that will bring brotherhood much, much closer to fruition. But this depends upon our living relationship with Creator. Once we discover Creator within, once we begin to feel Creator's love, so brotherhood begins with each of us. And this is what Creator has meant by bestowing destiny upon our planet, that we should know first my gospel, that Creator is real, living, and is within each of us, and it is possible to discover Him. So once we implement this gospel, Jesus' gospel begins to get root in our hearts. And His gospel was the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. So brotherhood begins to flourish within humanity. And in this case, I expanded Jesus' gospel by including not only the Father, but also the other two personalities of the Paradise Trinity, calling them the Eternal Mother and the Infinite Mother, symbolically. And the fourth personality, the Aggregate Deity, I am. So the fatherhood and brotherhood of Creator Himself, the Paradise Trinity, I am, and the brotherhood of the whole of humanity, and even of the whole of creation family. So this becomes our true life on this planet, in brotherhood, and plus in a living relationship with Creator Himself and with the whole of Creator's family, creation, which is also our family, as we are full-fledged members of Creator's whole family of creation. We are not excluded from this family. So this is our true destiny to be implemented by each of us. I leave you with this idea for you to ponder upon while you are alone. Just expand your outlook. This is my desire, to help you look upon reality in the broadest way possible. And you shall begin to feel that my words will sink ever deeper in your heart. And that's reality. I know what I speak of. Let Creator's bliss and peace and my brotherly and fatherly embrace be upon you always. I love you. Amen.